Welcome to our preview of the 2023 softball season as we talk to our coaches, and one of our new coaches this time, joining the two-time defending Big South champion Campbell Camels, is none other than Trena Prater. And Trena, thank you for your time this morning, Coach.
Oh yes, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Well, I said new, so let's get right into that. First off, how's the transition going coming in, particularly being that you're joining a championship team here and what that might be like, and any changes, improvements, alterations that you're making or developing as we go into this year?
Well, it's been great. Everybody has welcomed my coaching staff with open arms. Our player, the chemistry that they have here, and like you mentioned, this is a championship program. So I'm blessed to come into an opportunity to coach athletes who know how to win, know the grit, know the grind, understand how the season kind of plays out. And so for them to have success, some of them with regional championships and then regular season championships and tournament championships, that's awesome upperclassmen leadership that we have on our big group of freshmen. And we have a couple transfers as well. So the locker room, since I've been here so far, has taken care of itself, which allows us to focus, on softball and keep the main thing.
Gotcha. And well, we know the squad can hit, and we know that Tyra Parker is one of the top returners in the lineup. So what are you expecting from her as well as the others in terms of contributing offensively?
Yeah, Tyra, we're really trying to fine tune her a little bit to be a true triple threat. She predominantly slapped last season, and she did a great job with that, batting over 300 as a slapper and being one of the top offensive hitters in the conference. But I want her to dominate. I want her to expand her game and really become more of a student of the game, to read defenses and know how to pick them apart according to the shifts or the defensive positioning they're in or the type of pitcher we're facing, and be able to, lay down the bunt when they're back, when they're up, let's drive the ball through the gap. And then if, depending on the field, let's use our chop slap. So those are the things I'm trying to develop her into a true triple threat.
And who else is contributing at the bat?
Offensively, I think we're going to see some power numbers from some people who may not have shown them in the past. I know Savannah White, we're hoping to be a true threat. Hunt, one of our other catchers, has been working very, very hard. This offseason, we have some freshmen that are going to get an opportunity to start, that are going to surprise some people. And then Alyssa Hennel is going to be a terror on the bases and put some pressure on the infield.
Well, hitting is huge, but it doesn't get you anywhere without the pitching. So let's talk about that side of things. And Isabella Smith, one of the top pitchers on the staff, what makes her successful? And then what rounds out the staff for you? Who else is going to really contribute in the circle?
Yeah, Isabel coming back with a lot of experience again in postseason. She transferred here from JMU, so she was along the World Series ride with that team and got to see, she was actually injured, so she didn't play, but she got to experience that and see what it's like. So I think her bringing that experience here last year and grinding it out and helping them get to postseason was big for her. And she's making Kayla Howell, who's one of our other pitchers. It's like iron sharpening iron. They make each other better. They're competitive in the circle. And I think Kayla has evolved from just being a closer to being a starter. So that's something that I pat Coach Arvalo on the back for continuing to encourage her and push her and develop her to be able to throw those 7 innings and not just be a closer.
Well, I'm sure you're already familiar. The Big South schedule is quite a gauntlet to get through in itself, but folks are familiar with that. Let's talk about the non-conference schedule. What does Campbell have lined up this year we have to look forward to?
Yeah, well, we open up in Charlotte, and we have a very competitive schedule with playing Miami of Ohio, who's dominated the MAC for the last couple of years. We're playing University of South Carolina, and then, Charlotte in itself is a very strong team as well. But our first game will be against East Tennessee State. And then, the next tournament, then we're going to the Gamecocks at South Carolina and going to play some competitive games there. And then we host 2 tournaments where we have Duke coming. So we'll have a couple games against them. University of Ohio. We have Lehigh, who's very strong in the Ivy League. So we're really challenging our team early to get a feel for what it feels like to be in postseason. So that it's not that if we make it there or win, like to speak things into existence. that we're prepared, and it's not the first time that we played on the big stage.
Well, it sounds like a challenge, and it sounds like a lot to look forward to. Even though it may never let up, but we welcome you to the Big South, and we thank you for your time, Coach. It's been great talking with you today, and best of luck to you and all the Camels this season.
Awesome. Thank you. And roll humps.